Welcome to Dead Time Now, where time stops and horror begins. Put on your headphones, find a quiet corner, and turn off the lights. Because what you're about to hear is not just a story, it's a true nightmare. Now, let's begin.
Say her name 3 times. In front of a mirror, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary. Bloody, it sounds like a joke, a sleepover dare, a childish game. Until you try it, alone, in the dark, kids around the world know this ritual, even if they've never met. Different countries, different names, but the same fear. Where did it come from? Some believe she's Mary Tudor, Queen of England, known for burning Protestants alive. Others trace it to older myths about spirits trapped in glass or cursed souls that answer when summoned. But whoever she is, Bloody Mary has become more than just a story. She's a test of courage, a gateway to obsession. For some, just a game. For others, a memory they wish they could erase. Are you brave enough to say her name? Would you try it? Subscribe for more haunted tales.
Story 1, Blood Mary Real
I was
Story.
14 the first time I heard the legend. It was during a sleepover at my friend Omar's house. The lights were off, the atmosphere was perfect for ghost stories, and someone brought her up. Say her name 3 times in front of a mirror and she appears. We laughed. Someone dared me to try it. And I don't know why, but a part of me wanted to prove it was all nonsense. I walked into the bathroom, shut the door, turned off the lights. Just one candle flickering. I stood in front of the mirror. My hands were shaking, but my pride wouldn't let me back out. Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary. Before I could say it a 3rd time, I saw something move behind me. I froze, but then I whispered, Bloody Mary. Everything went still. Then my reflection vanished. In its place was a twisted, pale face with dark, sunken eyes staring right at me. I stepped back. The candle blew out. I couldn't breathe, and then I heard it. A whisper right in my ear. I see you. After that night, everything changed. Every time I looked into a mirror, something felt off. Sometimes I'd catch glimpses of someone else, not me, not human. At night, I'd hear breathing coming from the bathroom, or footsteps when I was home alone, and once I found the words soon written in the fog on the mirror. I never told anyone. They'd think I was losing it. Honestly, I started to believe I was. I started researching. Some say Bloody Mary is the spirit of Queen Mary. The first others say she's the ghost of a murdered woman seeking revenge. But one thing's clear, if you call her, she doesn't forget. Some stories talk about people disappearing. Some say she follows you in reflections, and some say she never leaves. One night, I couldn't take it anymore. I wanted to end it. I went back into the bathroom. Same mirror, same candle. Show yourself. I whispered. Nothing, then the mirror began to ripple like water. And there she was, not a ghost, a presence. No eyes, just black holes. A smile that stretched wide. She didn't scream. She didn't move. She just said, "You called me now, I'm always here." I ran. I covered every mirror in my house after that. That was 3 years ago. I still can't look into a mirror too long. Sometimes I hear her voice. Sometimes I see her standing behind me, just out of focus. If you think this is just a story, fine. Try it yourself. Say her name 3 times. And don't say I didn't warn you. Have you ever played the Bloody Mary game? Or experienced something you can't explain? Tell me your story in the comments. And if you want more true horror stories, subscribe to the channel because this isn't the last nightmare I'll share with you. See you in the next scare.
Story 2, The Last Passenger. Bus that never arrives.
They say if you ever take the midnight bus on Route 47, you'll never come back. People vanish. No trace. No goodbye. Just gone. I thought it was just a stupid rumor, a ghost story to scare kids. until I missed my last train and the only ride left was that midnight bus. It pulled up slowly, no passengers inside, just the driver pale, expressionless. He didn't say a word when I stepped on. I sat in the back. The streets outside looked wrong. Buildings were gone, just empty fields and shadows moving where there shouldn't be any. I took out my phone to check the time, but there was no signal. No time. The screen just said, "You shouldn't be here." Then I wasn't alone anymore. I saw figures sitting in the seats ahead. Their heads twisted at impossible angles, and their eyes all looking at me. The driver finally spoke. His voice was hollow. "Last stop for you." And then he smiled, but his teeth, they weren't human. I ran to the door, but it wouldn't open. The windows wouldn't break. And outside there was nothing, just blackness. Like the world had ended. I looked back. All the passengers were gone, except for one sitting right next to me. It leaned in and whispered, "You're one of us now."
Forever.
If you ever miss your train, don't take the midnight bus. Because once you do, you'll never arrive.
Story 3.
Subscribe before your last ride. The Hook Man, the last stop. They told us the story when we were kids. The Hook Man hunts at night. If you hear scratching on your car door, it's already too late. Tea started as a joke. My friend dared me to take the old highway after midnight. Nothing will happen, I thought, until I stopped for gas and saw the warning sign. At the station, an old man grabbed my arm and whispered, "Turn back before he finds you." I laughed it off. That was my first mistake. I drove for miles with no sign of life. Just endless trees and fog. Then I heard it. A sharp scratch against the side of my car. I told myself it was branches. But then came the second sound, a loud clang on the roof. And then silence. I looked in the rearview mirror. That's when I saw him. Standing in the middle of the road, a man with a hook for a hand, dragging it along the ground. I hit the gas. The car roared down the road, but he was gone. I thought I escaped until I heard the scratching again. This time from the inside. I didn't look back. I just drove. But then something cold wrapped around my neck and pulled me backward. The last thing I saw was his face in the mirror, pale, hollow eyes, and that hook dripping red. They found my car the next morning, the doors ripped open, no sign of me, just one thing left behind, a blood-stained hook on the driver's seat.
Subscribe for more horror before he finds you.